Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us right here on Midday, Kentucky, everyone. How are we all?
Doing great. How are you doing?
It's a little rainy outside today.
I know, but you know.
Yeah, I like it.
Gotta take the good with the bad.
I was saying on Good Day, Kentucky this morning that I woke up and realized I didn't have an umbrella, everyone.
Oh, wow.
And neither does Katie.
Yeah, I just do the, I'm going to do the rain
Christmas
jacket.
gift
like,
ideas.
the hood zipped up.
Hey, I just wanted to say from yesterday's show, it's not an apology, people, no. You know what? I went home last night and everyone here at the station made such a big deal about my birthday. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Dusty, Sam, our two producers, and also all our wonderful interns that, you know, really pulled it together. They did a good job. And of course, you two as well. But it was really special. And I just thought, I was thinking back about it last night and I just felt I didn't thank everyone enough on the show yesterday.
Aww.
And I just want to say it was great. And I've had some pretty amazing gifts over the years.
I'm sure you have.
All right. So, and I just wanted to share this with you. Okay. This is the best gift I've ever received from Emily One, who you'll meet soon. Oh, hold on, I'll turn it off. See if we can grab that on camera 3. She told me she bought this from Peggy's gift store. Okay. And what happens is when men perspire, we become very shiny on camera.
Men or women.
Do you girls get shiny?
Yes. People in general.
You girls,
Yep.
and especially if you wear a liquid makeup. But here's the thing. I'm going to bring this up again, so we'll grab another shot. It's a darn fan, people, that attaches to your iPhone, so I can just fan myself in commercial breaks and never get shiny.
That's great.
It's the best $4 you could give to anyone.
It is.
I love it.
The
I love
true
it.
diva in you loves it.
Love it the best.
It is really awesome.
I wanted to make sure it was safe, too. I asked him, I said, what if the fan hits you? What will it do? It doesn't cut your face.
No,
or
well,
anything.
I shoved it on my
Yes,
face.
yes.
So Emily One,
Yeah.
out of all
Very
my
sweet.
Emilys, you're almost making it to 1.1 and a half.
It was a pretty nice gift. I'd
Yeah,
give her
I
a
think
2.
so.
I'd give her a 2.
Yeah.
Let me
Out
tell
of
you.
2. 2
Can
out
I
of
just
2.
tell you, we were talking about me going to Janet Jackson
Oh, yes.
last night, and we've been talking about it for weeks, and I bought the seats. I bought the tickets, blah, blah, blah. I ended up not going, and I decided to give them to Emily One. So I said to her this morning when she comes into work, I said, love, how were the seats last night? And, you know, show me, did you take a video? She was 4th row. I didn't realise I bought such good tickets. And I thought, why did I let her have them? Do you know what I mean? I should have gone. But anyway, I want to ask you girls about this particular topic.
Okay.
Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg is worried that the Me Too movement might cause a backlash against women. In a lengthy message on Facebook, Sandberg wrote about her own experiences with harassment, including a hand on my leg under the table at a meeting, married men offering career advice, alone late at night, and most alarmingly, a man at a conference who came to her hotel room late at night and banged on her door until she called security. She went on to say that she feels that the Me Too movement could be an issue when it comes to women being employed. And this has always been my thoughts as well, since this has been escalated. No one's saying, and nor do I, feel that women shouldn't speak out, because they should.
Right.
And men should know better in the workforce. But I feel that because this is happening, and she has now come out and said it as well, does it maybe hinder your work environment now, or does it maybe make women less appealing to hire at in the workforce?
Right.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
I do,
because
exactly.
men, whether they learn their lesson or not, okay, this will continue to happen on some level. So do COOs and CFOs and CEOs somehow go, well, let's not hire Katie because she's a girl and, you know, she might, you know, put a case against the company.
Well,
Where
I'm
do you
sure
stand on this?
You know what? I thought the same thing when.
Oh, thank you.
I did.
I'm glad you
I
said
wondered
that.
about this too when this whole movement started, but not to that extreme, I guess. I was concerned though at some level about women being hired into employment. If they think at all that there could be a lawsuit, you know, if anybody would be attracted to that person, then all of a sudden there'd be problems and lawsuits. Absolutely. I mean, I think it could hinder women being hired, but that's assuming that a man is hiring.
That's what I was going to say.
A lot
Good
of
point.
women.
We need more women CEOs, more
Right.
women in management.
Right.
And I think this movement is creating that type of environment. So I
Yes.
think that is a risk, and I think that's a risk that comes about when you're an advocate for any part of change. If
Yes.
it's a racial divide, a sexual divide, I think that if you take a stance on something, obviously an employer could not employ you for that. I'd like to think that that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of companies or certain industries that they want people like that to work for them because, it shows your moral standing and things like that. So I think it's nice for Sheryl Sandberg to speak out like this because it brings awareness to the potential backlash. But I do think with the Me Too movement, there's so much more good being done than the possible negative. I'm just hoping it kind of changes that culture in the workplace.
Right.
I think it is changing it. There was an interesting article, I think it was today, they were talking about Matt Lauer and, the bag of sexual toys that they said he had in his
Yes.
office. Well, his therapist came out and said she gave it to him to help spice up his marriage life.
He was asking her for advice.
Yeah, and it's interesting how the media can twist certain things. I'm not saying that he hasn't done anything wrong,
Right.
but you brought up, it was an interesting point that you agree that there's more good than bad happening. And I think the environment is changing, but what makes me nervous, and we go into your topic about this, Katie, is, the staff Christmas party. We talk about, I have to be honest with you, am I allowed to touch your hand or arm at work as a man?
Right.
Now, we know I'm not interested in women. It's, pretty obvious, people. But, do you see the...
But I think
Oh, yeah.
that's where we get into
Yeah.
the
That's
sexual
so-
harassment we're talking about is if you just touch my arm and I didn't like that, I don't like to be touched.
Yeah.
That's not
And I
harassment.
respect those
now, if you were to
boundaries, though.
touch my hand and make a comment of, oh, we have 2 segments tomorrow, did you want to be on them? Like implying that if I don't reciprocate, I'm not on the segment tomorrow or I'm going to be punished at work. So
Right.
that's where harassment is and assault.
Yeah.
It's the unwanted and propositioning and using your power at work.
Yes.
If you were to say to all our interns, we'd talk about, oh, hey, I'm going to be at this hotel. Tomorrow I'm picking my favorite intern for that segment. That's harassment because you're leveraging your power. So
and it could be repeated.
yeah,
too.
so this brought
Actions
up
that are
something
repeated.
interesting that I saw at holiday parties, like you said, Troy. There was this sort of informal study done saying that 40% less companies will be serving alcohol at their company parties because they're worried about people's behavior and potential backlash from that. I don't know if I really like this because I don't think that just because someone has alcohol, you're suddenly going to assault or harass someone. I think
Yeah.
that people who are doing it with alcohol, I fear are already behaving that way. And so that's not going to solve the issue.
Hold on. Sorry, I misunderstood you there.
I'm saying alcohol doesn't make you a harasser. You're probably doing it already at work and then also at the party. I don't think that
Okay.
changes you morally. But I do kind of like companies veering away from maybe hard alcohol. Just throw some champagne or wine.
We'll throw a lunch.
But let people go out and have their fun Christmas party. Just because
Yeah.
there are a few bad apples, I just think there needs to be more open dialogue at the party if anything happens to make someone uncomfortable. Should everyone be punished?
Right. Well, you know what? I mean, I worked for a pharmaceutical company for 12 years, and my very first year, they had a company party where alcohol was provided. After that year, they immediately stopped serving alcohol at all corporate events like that. And it was because of the behavior that was seen
Really?
from that particular incident.
Well, and I think that's showing a moral standard
Yeah.
that the company needs to lead with.
Yeah. And they were one of the first companies that did it, too.
Okay, well, let me put this scenario to you. Let's just say we all go out for dinner, okay? Our team from Midday, Kentucky, and things get out of hand. We're not at a company party, but we're all work colleagues, and let's just say one of our producers or floor crew made passes at you. Is that sexual harassment under the workplace?
If then it continues in the workplace,
Right,
yes.
right.
Right.
But if
Okay.
it's just
I mean,
dropped and then never
I
happens
just-
again, that's something to
I
deal
think
with
we've just become
outside of work.
It's just in a very muddy area,
Right.
and I think everyone is feeling very nervous.
And I think they are too.
No?
I think they
You
are.
don't
I
think
just
so?
think it's so black and white.
Yeah.
How to not
Well, we
behave.
know that.
And I think, but no, so many of these examples coming up of men, oh, well, that wasn't harassment or I didn't know. And I don't know, it just still blows my mind. I think a lot of this is so obvious.
Yeah.
Don't touch your female coworkers. Don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't proposition your power to help them get ahead. I don't know.
Well, can we just say also, don't touch your male co-workers.
Yeah, anyone. Don't
Sorry,
sexually
didn't mean
test.
that.
Yeah, no, but you're right, male or female. Just don't do it in the
Yeah.
workplace.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Well,
just sad. I
And
don't know.
also, I think if someone even subtly makes a pass at a woman, we have a voice. We need to use
speak
it.
up.
You know,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
need to speak up.
You are
and
right.
I think that I think what I like about this movement is it can make us less fearful of doing that.
Well, so is she on the right path?
I think so. I think it's
By
gonna. I think
at
it's gonna
least
go through an
voicing it.
evolution. I
Okay.
think, I do.
All right. Okay, guys. I have to show you this. I can't believe I just said guys because we're going to be talking about guys. So excuse me for saying that. This is absolutely crazy. A bunch of guys. These are photos of them on their work environments because they've need a lift up. This is not photoshopped, people. This is a people using people as a ladder.
That is ingenuity right there. I like that.
This is the reason why a lot of men shouldn't be leaders, apparently. You ready for this one? This is men standing on each other's shoulders fixing a telegraph cable.
How did they
sorry,
get
I
up
call it
there?
a telegraph pole. What do you call it here? An electric pole?
Electric pole.
A power
Yep,
line. Yeah.
a power.
okay.
Hello? Is this just not the craziest thing you've ever seen? Okay, here's number 3. An excavator operating on a cliff face. See how this excavator is?
wow.
But can I just tell you, to get to the ski fields in New Zealand, you drive around the edge of the mountain one way. If a bus or anything comes, you literally have to back up.
Yeah.
So
That's how it was when I was in Peru.
Yeah,
going
it's
Machu Picchu.
cray-cray.
Terrifying.
Okay, what about this next one? This is a workman holding onto his buddy while he's working on the side. Can you see that? How he's standing on the
He's a
wires?
safety line.
He's the safety line.
That is terrifying.
That is really terrifying.
But how do men get what are they thinking? And I think, is this the next one? This welder is welding, but he's blasting the, is it flames or sparks, to the gas tanks.
Wow.
Talk about safety first, people.
Yeah.
Wow. It's crazy when you see the people on their shoulders doing the ladder because you hear so much this time of year people being hurt just on one ladder, one man or woman
Yeah.
doing the Christmas lights.
Right.
And
Sweetie,
that's so
there
dangerous.
were
Can you
5
imagine
people.
doing that? Oh my gosh.
Imagine that poor guy at the bottom.
I know. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. He's like, he's got to be a pretty strong
Sam,
guy.
scary.
Sam, our producer, came in. He said, Troy, he said, that's like 600 pounds.
Yeah.
Or if not more. I'm like, you're right. I had to think about it then for a second.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
Yeah.
look, we're
Good
going to touch
workout.
on this next topic.
Wait, but wouldn't you rather be the guy on the bottom than the top, though? Because you fall. Yeah, I'd rather be on the bottom.
That's when the
love
fan
it.
gets in handy, people.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, if one gets a bit sweaty, you just... Because I've got,
No, I wouldn't wanna
I've got
fall from
5
6
people on my
people up.
shoulders.
I wouldn't either. 'Cause the only thing you could grab is that power line, at that point.
Katie, we're talking
So no win.
about Christmas lists. Or are you doing this one? Is this your topic?
No,
or
this
yours?
is Katie's.
Well, we'll all talk about it.
Yeah, but
Let's talk about it.
This
Read
is
it
just
in, dude.
interesting. Christmas lists for adults. What do you
Okay.
think about them? And I kid you
Well,
not,
hold
this
on.
happened
You're
to
not
me
talking
2
about
years
sex
ago.
toys.
Well, you can put whatever you want on that Christmas list,
Oh.
Troy. Whatever your heart desires.
But I mean, it's
so you
anything,
know,
a
kids
sweater,
make a
a-
Christmas list, what they want for Christmas, give it
Yeah.
to their parents. This actually happened to me at work 2 years ago. I asked a coworker, this was not here, a coworker, oh, what are you doing? She's like, oh, working on my Christmas list for my parents. She's 31 years old.
Hold on, to get from her parents?
Yes, of things
Well,
she wanted for Christmas. And it was a really long list. And then I kind of thought, this is the debate. Should you give people, if someone's going to give you a gift, should you give them a list so they can get you something you really like?
Or register.
Or is it register for Christmas?
I don't have a problem
I
with
think
that.
that's so tacky. I think if you are getting a gift from someone,
Yeah.
part of the fun is surprising that person with something you think they'd like.
Right.
And then what if you didn't want to spend the amount of what they're requesting?
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
why
know.
you're registry.
Right.
Look, but then again, I would never have thought to put my $4 gift, which is the best present I've ever got.
Well, so
Can I
do you
just
think
say-
that it's appropriate? Adults
So it
should
was a
send out
surprise.
Christmas
I have to be
lists?
honest with you. I don't have an issue because someone who is single and, you
But then
know,
who do you give the list to?
people who want to buy me something. Like, you know,
I couldn't imagine sending
don't have a problem with
Christmas
that.
list
I
to my
wouldn't either.
parents.
is that wrong?
I mean, if my parents, when they were here, if they would have asked me, you know, what I
You'd
wanted,
tell them.
then I would tell them. I'd give them a couple
But
ideas.
you'd pick like an item or something. But I just think a whole
Yeah,
list, like
like-
you're kind of beyond that after age like
Well,
12.
let me
I
explain.
don't know.
Okay, let me explain.
Exactly.
Come Christmas time, because of the salons, they would all give me gifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the clients.
Right.
And you got to remember, I had 5 shops.
Right.
So I had a lot of gifts. So in the end, I just started giving them the registry list.
Uh-huh.
And you could pick whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't care if you gave me a $10 gift. Do you know what I mean? But I
Right.
just didn't want the same things.
Yeah.
We're being wrapped up,
Registering
we've
for
got to go. I
Christmas.
promise we're
Interesting.
going.
Okay.
Hey everyone, tell us what you think. This is all on the Facebook page, I'm sure. Miss Emily. Ken Bogle is up next talking about a very Bogle Christmas benefit and how you can donate later in the show. Lisa took a trip out to Peggy's, where we got this
Yeah.
from, gets to check out what they have to offer for Christmas
So much
season.
fun.
Stay tuned for your gift ideas. You're watching Midday Kentucky. That was a long tease, everyone. Back in a minute.